Hello and welcome to today's show. Today we're going to be talking about how to expand feeling good in your body. So I want to start out with a couple of quotes. The first one is from Gretchen Rubin. She's an incredible author. She talks about these four tendencies that tend to motivate us. And I was just looking through, she's got a new app. So I just downloaded it because it's the new year. So she got me downloading this new app. And in one of the intro videos, she said this thing that I was like, wait, I need to write this down and remember this. And what she said is that what you do every day matters more than what you do once in a while. And part of what hit me with this is that those of us with chronic fatigue who have experienced chronic fatigue or chronic symptoms, anything that's happened from chronic diseases, it's really easy to focus on what's going wrong with your body. And when we do that, we actually expand that. We actually hyper focus more on that, and you start to see more of it. It puts your body more into a fight or flight state when you continue to focus on that. So the opposite of that, which Alan Gordon in The Way Out, the book The Way Out, talks a lot about being a detective for the opposite. Taking inventory of times when you actually feel really good in your body when you wouldn't expect it. Maybe you would be expecting to feel some sort of pain or symptom and you don't feel it. So paying attention to that, thinking about that every single day, that's going to matter more than doing that just occasionally, just every once in a while. Which brings me to another quote from one of my very favorite books, The Big Leap. This one's by Gay Hendricks. Seriously, I read this book probably 4 times a year. It's really short, and it's just a good reminder of ways that we keep ourselves back, we hold ourselves back, and how to expand our ability to feel good for longer periods of time. So the quote that I have, and I'm paraphrasing from him, it says, "In my life, I've discovered that if I cling to the notion that something's not possible, I'm arguing in favor of limitation. What's the payoff for arguing forcefully for our limitations? In my experience, I think we can put our minds at ease. Being willing to feel naturally good and have our lives go well is not a safety hazard. Having a willingness to feel good and have life go well all the time is a genuinely radical act. If we think it's even remotely possible to feel good all the time and have life go well all the time, we owe it to ourselves to find out how many of us can do it." Now, I know this is a tall order, especially when you don't feel good in your body a lot of the time. However, the more that you pay attention to the times when you do feel good, especially when you think that you wouldn't, that is going to help you in order to find out what is possible for you. And Gay Hendricks, he's not saying that nothing bad ever happens to us, but he really is living in this belief that it's completely possible to process emotions, to allow emotions, to not resist them. And when you allow emotions, allow sensations, it feels good. What feels bad is us resisting it, us telling the story that this shouldn't be happening. That's what feels bad. So this radical acceptance, this radical act of letting yourself feel good is counterintuitive to what we're taught. So I've got a couple of questions that I'm going to invite you to think about over this next week. The first one is to really pay attention to your body throughout the week and practice being honest. If you don't feel great, that's not a problem, but practice being honest with how you're feeling with gentleness for yourself and really paying attention to the parts of your body that feel good. For example, there's been some times when I'll wake up in the morning and I'll have like some rumbling in my stomach, feel a little bit nauseous, maybe feel just like that, just that general don't feel so good. I can choose to pay attention to that, and I do. I pay attention to it by being honest and saying, I'm feeling this sensation in my body, which is neutral. Sensations in your body are neutral. They actually don't feel bad until we assign a morality to them. So again, I know it's a little bit counterintuitive to what you've probably been taught and what, the world in general wants you to believe, but sensations in your body are neutral. So I'm honest with myself in the morning, but I'm also thinking about what part of my body feels good right now. And I noticed that my thighs and my calves were feeling really good, like just feeling like this kind of tingly sensation. And as I focused on that sensation, it actually started to expand in my body. So again, this is just such a good example of what you focus on expands. And am I willing to let my body feel good? Am I willing to allow the sensation of whatever's happening in my stomach and then choose deliberately to pay attention to the parts of my body that feel really comfortable, that feel really warm and tingly, like pleasant in a good way? Okay. Second thing that I would invite you to do is to really see yourself. Pay attention to what you're good at. If you want to, you can even make a list of things that you're good at. I was doing this and I was like, oh, this is kind of fun. I'm really good at listening. I'm really good at making good food, yummy food. I'm really good at planning fun activities for my family. I'm really good at spending time in nature. I'm good at meal planning and laundry routines. I can't even believe that I actually am really good at it. I actually used to be pretty bad at all of these routines with my house, but I'm good at it. Even when I don't have energy, I have all of these beautiful systems in place that help me, that support me. Instead of my house feeling like it's out of control, I have the ability to have my house support me in however I'm feeling. If I'm having a lot of energy or I'm having a day that I don't have as much energy, my home supports me now instead of my home detracting from my energy. And in fact, I'm going to be running a special class on meal planning and especially how to do meal planning even if you are tired and feel like you don't have enough energy. I've got a great system that can help you with that. So more about that in a little bit. And then also, I would invite you to plan out your day ahead of time. Even if this is just in your mind, if you can journal about it, even better. But sketch out for yourself, what would this day look like if it went really well? And also keeping into mind that things aren't going to go exactly as we plan, but can you feel flexible in that time? As I'm recording this, I have 8 kids in my house right now. One of my sweet friends is visiting, and I've got intentions for how this day is going to go. I can tell you right now, I already know there's going to be somebody that's crying, somebody that doesn't want to do what I want to say, somebody that's going to be upset that we're going and doing fun things. At least one of them, and they will be my children, is going to be not happy about what we're doing. Can I keep myself grounded? Can I pay attention to who I want to be? Can I allow myself to feel the emotions of disappointment that they're not exactly loving everything that we're doing? Yes, especially when I plan it ahead of time. And then the final piece is I would invite you to anchor in gratitude ahead of time. What are you grateful for ahead of what's actually coming? This is such a powerful place to be. It's such an amazing state to create from. All right. So those are my invitations for you. And again, I'm going to invite you later this month. We're going to be doing a meal planning workshop, even if you feel like you don't have time or energy for meal planning. And it's not going to be super complicated. Believe me, I can make it complicated for you if you want. If you're advanced level, I got advanced level stuff. But if you're just starting out and feel like it's the new year, probably should be eating healthy, but I don't know what to do. Listen, there's no good or bad foods. There's just foods that you believe are bad for you and that you eat anyway. And then it shows up bad for you in your body, okay? We can get coached about that. But what I'm inviting you to do is to think about, what would it feel like to nourish my body in a way that feels really good, really simple, really easy for me? And that's going to boost my energy too. Okay? All right. Have a great week, and I will chat with you soon. Bye-bye.